Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and coming here with another review. I had seen these two films I know this guy named Jesse had mentioned me about. And they're both films that has a little bit of an 80s vibe to it. One was The Guest, which I liked okay, mainly for Dan Stevens' lead performance. And then this one, Cold in July, because it takes place actually in Texas, 1989. And it's directed by the same guy who did Stakeland and Mulberry Street. And Mulberry Street I did not like at all. Stakeland I thought was okay. This I liked. I didn't say I liked this film. I did enjoy this movie. Stars Michael C. Hall, who is Dexter. Stars Sam Shepard and stars Don Johnson. And the reason I liked this film, I thought it was well directed. I thought it definitely had an old school 80s vibe to it. It's more of a drama, just is the best way to put it. But I think if you don't know anything going into it, it'll have some nice twists and turns. The score, I think, is fantastic. Without a doubt, it's the best score I've heard all year from a movie. Cold in July, it definitely a John Carpenter vibe with the score. If you just type in Cold in July, he's in the house. I think that one musical track, and it's well worth a listen. And you listen to the score, I'm like, wow, this is a really good score. Cold in July, he's in the house. I think that's one. Or Cold in July soundtrack. I thought it was a really great soundtrack. Even the end titles is Wait by White Lion. Definitely an 80s song, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I thought the acting was very good from the main three. I thought I was interested in the story. I thought it had some nice lighting, and it didn't have an old school feel to it, that 80s vibe to it, with some of the lighting and the direction wasn't quick cuts and too much shaky stuff, and the score really helped the film, and again the acting really helped the film as well. I mean, I would say one problem is the pacing can drag a little bit at times. I think some people may watch it and feel like the pace drags a little bit at times. Just an hour and 50 minutes, I think, but I still really enjoy it. I mean, the general idea: Michael C. Hall has a wife and a kid, and there's an intruder that comes to his house, and he kills this intruder that's in his house. You know, if his finger slips, hits the trigger, and it kills the guy, shoots him in the eye. And good reaction from Michael C. Hall of how would you feel if, even though it's an intruder, you've killed someone, protecting your family. Even someone goes, "Oh, your dad will be proud," and he's like, "Of what? My finger slipped." And even tells their cop, but he was unarmed. Well, this is Texas, and he was in your home, and you didn't know that he didn't have a gun. He could just easily have had one. And pretty much the son, I mean, the father of the guy who died is Sam Shepard. And he is sort of stalking Michael C. Hall. But then the movie goes in little twists and turns that if you know nothing about, you're probably not going to see coming. And I don't really want to give that away. I'll give that away for my full review. But Don Johnson was really good. He's a private investigator type of guy. He was really good. It was nice to see him. He doesn't come in until about 50 minutes to the film, but the next hour or so of the film, he's definitely one of those three main guys. I definitely had an 80s feel, just the look and some of the environment, like old school microwaves and video store, VHS tapes, the score, the way a lot of the scenes were lit, whether it be certain yellow or certain things of blue. When Michael C. Hall's in bed and he can't sleep because of stuff that's going on. I just really got into the story, really enjoyed the three main performances. I thought it was well directed. I thought it had a nice 80s vibe to it, and it had an awesome kick-ass score. 80s synthesizer type of score, John Carpenter type of score. Now, getting more into spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film, feel free to give it a look if you want. I'm going to go more into spoilers. But Michael C. Hall, I thought he did a good job as, of course, people know him as Dexter. I thought he really did a good job as a father who, he's trying to deal with this. Even his son has his wooden gun, goes bang, and he snaps like, I don't want to snap at you, son, but I don't like that game. So I like the fact he's a father trying to deal with this, but at the same time, he's not unlikable. He's not being an asshole or abusive. He's just a guy dealing with this stuff, and made me feel bad for him. And even had a little bit of a sort of almost like a Billy Ray Cyrus type of haircut. I don't know, a little bit of a mullet, it seemed like. Or, I don't know, kind of a, maybe trailer trash mullet. I don't know what kind of hairstyle you say, but definitely an 80s type of hairstyle. Which I was fine with. But I thought it had some scenes done very well. I mean, Sam Shepard watching from afar. Especially, I thought it was really well done where, especially with the music building up, by this point the cops, believe this is a real... Because before, they was like, well, what can we do? Sam Shepard's doing, nothing. Can't arrest him for doing nothing. But then Michael C. Hall comes in and his door has been broken in. And he finds... I like the way it's bullets and then the stuffed teddy bear with an eye ripped out. All in his son's room. Kind of fucked up. And then the cops take this a bit more seriously, and then you find out that, well, Sam Shepard never left. He's been hiding in the crawl space the whole time. And just the fact his camera slowly goes into the kid's room, and there's the corner, and there's lightning, then there's Sam Shepard staring. And the music, the 80s, definitely John Carpenter type of music. I think that's the one that's called He's in the House on YouTube. Really, I thought a very well done scene of suspense. And then that's where things sort of go on little twists and turns. For example, Michael C. Hall listens to this wanted poster. And it's the poster supposedly the guy that he shot. But it's not the guy that he shot. And then these cops want to kill Sam Shepard and put him on a bridge and knock him out and pour alcohol on him. On the, not bridge, train track. And Michael C. Hall, he does the right thing. Saves him. Says, hey, something's up. I don't think I really killed your son. Goes to the grave, dig it up, and it's not really Sam Shepard's son. That's where you get Don Johnson's character. And Don Johnson, he's a hoot. I mean, he drives this red car. The license plate says red bitch. And he's a lot of fun. He is a lot of fun. And pretty much, I think his name is Jim Bob. Got like a cowboy hat. And pretty much you get the idea that Sam Shepard's son dealt with this mafia called the Dixie Mafia, and he was in witness relocation, and they used this to cover up, make people believe that this guy was dead, and pretty much trying to figure out what to do. I like the fact that they actually meet at this drive-in that's showing Night of the Living Dead. And I thought Don Johnson, just his whole demeanor, like, come on, you cranky old bastard, just call him up. Or the fact that not only is he a PI, he's also a pig farmer. Kind of interesting. Leads to this thing where his car gets hit. He goes, what in the dog shit is wrong with you? And he goes up to the guys like, who's going to pay for... And the guy gets out, it's like this big, tall, muscular guy. So he says, who's going to pay for... Well, we could split it. And he gets hit. Almost knocked out. But then kicks him in the nuts for good measure. That's for my car. And then kicks the big guy in the face. And that's for my hat. And then again, the story twists a little bit more. I found kind of interesting. You find these videotapes in the trunk. And they pop the tape in. You find out it's a tape of a snuff film. And that one of the people doing the snuff film is Sam Shepard's son. And apparently, the government or whoever knows that they're doing this. But, oh, just for the fact that they're just hookers and prostitutes, they'll let them keep doing it. Because, well, he's still a witness for the Dixie Mafia. And they want the Dixie Mafia really bad. And Sam Shepard's character sees this, and I like this idea. He just takes the gun, locks himself in the car, and just thinks for a good long while. And even the lead character, I like that. You know, he's ready to go back home, but then he comes back because he's like, you know, I gotta finish this through. I can't just leave knowing, you know, these people are killing innocent women. And leading up to the finale, I mean, that's where you get the video store scene. I thought it was nicely done. First, it was kind of cool to see the inside of a video store with VHSs everywhere. Kind of nice. And I like the fact that you see Sam Shepard's son, and you think, oh, he's a dirtbag, but he comes up to him very nice. It was a very good front. He could just come up, yeah, how you doing, son? My name is blah, blah, blah. No, he's come up like an actual nice worker at a video store. So I thought nice little touches like that. Pretty much finds out when the store closes down for the night. Pretty much follows them, and they have a girl with them, and pretty much the whole finale is Don Johnson, Sam Shepard, Michael C. Hall cleaning house. I thought it was well done. Like, for example, Michael C. Hall's fighting with one guy and shoots him. Guy shoots him right in the ear. I thought it was a nice makeup effect, and it fucks up with his hearing. I like this. Michael C. Hall gets the gun, shoots right through the guy's hand, right through the guy's face, and it hits the ceiling, and there's a sort of a light bulb. So now the whole room is bathed in red, like blood. So nice little stuff like that, along with the musical score. I thought was really well done. Nice looking shot, and Don Johnson kicks ass. He cuts one guy's throat. He gets stabbed in the shoulder, gets his shotgun, shoots one guy, I think in the balls. I think that's the idea you get. So Don Johnson's pretty badass. And they save the girl, taking folks out. Michael C. Hall and Don Johnson get shot by the son, but Sam Shepard kills his own son, shoots him. Yeah, I think I am your father. And then, boom, shoots him right in the head. And then Sam Shepard dies of his wounds. Michael C. Hall, Don Johnson, and the girl get out of there. And Michael C. Hall, nice little touch. Michael C. Hall, throughout the film, they show scenes of him not being able to sleep. And now that he helped do something right, he is able to finally fall asleep next to his wife and his kid. And that's where the song Wait by White Lion, which I actually like the song. I really enjoyed this film. I have to look at the list, but this might be in my top 10 of the year. It probably will be. It's probably not much of a top 10, but I think it would be. Cold in July. I really like this film. This is a film that gets a 6.9, and I'm sure it'll get lower because films usually do. And not many people talk about Cold in July. Had never heard of this film. I had never heard of this film until, Jesse? He had mentioned this to me. I had never heard of this film. The trailer didn't do much for me, but I thought, hey, I saw it and I thought it was really good. I thought it had a great, awesome John Carpenter type of score. I thought Michael C. Hall, very likable guy. I thought Sam Shepard and Don Johnson stole the show. I love Don Johnson. I love him in this film called Dead Bane. And I will say this is his best role since Dead Bane, because Machete had nothing on this film. Never really followed Nash Bridges too much. I haven't seen too much of Nash Bridges. So honestly, this is a little... I love Dead Bane. And I think this is Dead Bane is his best role. I think this is his second best role, Don Johnson. I thought he did a really great. It was nice to see him in this movie. And Michael C. Hall, I thought he did a really good job, as did Sam Shepard. So the cast, I thought, worked well. I thought the story was interesting. It had some nice little twists and turns that, if you watch this point, I've given away, but I said there would be spoilers. Great 80s vibe, the look of the film, the fact it took place in 1989, the awesome, great John Carpenter type of score. Again, I would say it's the best score I've heard this year. And and the ending was satisfying. I mean, the Guest, I wasn't really satisfied with the ending. This, I thought the ending was pretty satisfying, pretty good, as well as the rest of the film. Cold in July, I really enjoyed. I really don't. I think some people may have a problem watching the film because it's an hour and 50-minute movie, and I mean, for some people it will drag. Not for me. It didn't matter to me because I was involved with the story, and I liked the actors, the characters. The score was awesome. But I think some people may watch it and they feel that the plot for them might have dragged a little bit too slow for some people. But I really enjoyed Cold in July. I don't really have much problems to say about the film. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on Cold in July. Really liked it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.